Ronald and Nancy Reagan were defined by their love for each other. They were as close to being one person as it is possible for any two people to be.
What I so admired about Nancy was that ability to do just that. She knew how to protect her husband and her president, but also her own place, to stand her ground, and once it had been resolved, to move on.
My parents were two halves of a circle, closed tight around a world in which their love for each other was the only sustenance they needed. While they might venture out and include others in their orbit, no one truly crossed the boundary into the space they held as theirs. The moment before my father died, he opened his eyes, which had been closed for days, and he looked straight at my mother. The circle was drawn again as he left this world.
What I really mean to say is that there would be no Ronald Reagan Presidential Library without a President Ronald Reagan, and there likely wouldn't have been a President Ronald Reagan without a Nancy Reagan. Her absolute belief in him gave him that chutzpah to run for office. I don't know that he would have done it otherwise. My mother provided the encouragement he needed. She guided him. She provided a refuge into which he could repair, to gather his strength. She guarded his privacy. She protected him. Both possessed great individual talents, but as a couple, they were more than the sum of their parts. And it would be a mistake, by the way, to consider her as somehow subordinate to him just because he was the one usually taking center stage. They were co-equals. They complemented one another. Individually, they may have gone far, but together they could and did go anywhere.